Hey dear friends.
Hi dear students. Today we will speak about coronavirus. As you know, since December 2019, coronavirus pandemic started in Wuhan of China, and after that date, most of the countries are under lockdown.
All the countries now today should work all together in order to overcome this great dreadful disease and to find solution of this disease. And now due to this pandemic, we know that all children now are deprived of education system, and we do our best in order to fill this gap and try to help our children. And now we should keep in mind that best education, good education is our better tomorrow.
So today we will discuss what is coronavirus, what is virus, specifically what is COVID-19. Virus is a non-living organism which can only be living organism with attachment to the living cell. After virus attaches the living cell, it can reproduce itself inside the living cell. So without living cell, virus is not a living organism. Viruses are smaller than bacteria. As they don't have own metabolic system, antibiotics cannot affect viruses. So specifically, what is COVID-19? COVID-19 is SARS-CoV-2. Actually, coronavirus is a family of the viruses which were discovered 50 years ago approximately. So the first representative of this family was SARS virus, which was very famous at that time and affected a lot of humans too. But after that there was MERS virus, and now COVID-19 is new version of this virus family.
Now, my dears, let me introduce you some words about our today's topic. Let's go to our vocabulary section. And our first word is coughing and sneezing. I hope that you know this word, but still I want to introduce it to you and to read its definition, and I want you to remember it with its definition. And let's pay attention. What does it mean? Coughing and sneezing is to force out of your lungs through your throat with a short, loud sound, and small drops of liquid suddenly come out of your nose and mouth. Now, the next word is to reproduce. What does it mean? As a part of speech, it's a verb. And what does it mean? It's to produce a copy of something or to be copied in a production process. The third word, spread out, it's also a verb. And what does it mean? It means to cover a larger area. Okay, next section.
Now we will discuss how does the coronavirus spread. Coronavirus spreads out during coughing and sneezing. So it stays on the surfaces, and when you touch the surface, your hand is being infected by the coronavirus. Or let's say that someone has coronavirus in their hand. After that, when you shake hand with that person, you can catch it easily. After you have coronavirus in your hands, by the time when you touch your mouth, on your nose or your eyes, your body is being infected by the coronavirus, and as a result we can become ill. So what we should do to avoid becoming ill?
Okay, now let me introduce you some rules. What are these? First of all, we should avoid large areas, mass areas, because it's really not good for our health. And also we should wear a cloth mask while going outside, and also we should follow at least 1 meter distance when we are outside. Okay, also we should cover our mouths while sneezing or coughing with tissue or with elbow. Afterwards we should through this tissue, and also we shouldn't touch our eyes, mouth and nose with our dirty hands, and also we should clean frequently surfaces and touched objects with disinfectants. And what should we do? We should stay at home if we feel ill and not go outside, and of course urgently we should contact with the medical care. Now I want my colleague to introduce you again some more information, please.
Okay, now let's say that in any case you have catch the virus and you are infected and you became ill. So actually what is happening when virus goes through your mouth or nose or your eyes to your body, how the process starts. When virus goes into your throat, you immediately start having sore throat and your throat becomes ill. After a while, when the virus goes inside your lungs, so it means that this virus mainly affects upper respiratory system of the body. So after a while, when it goes inside your body kicks in and starts fighting back the invasion of the virus. As by the time your temperature goes up and you will have breathing difficulties and probably you will feel yourself very bad. As it was said, like you will feel bad, temperature is going up, you have breathing difficulties. Now,
okay, dears, now we are going to take our vocabulary sections that have already taken in our information. Now pay attention to our words. Spike as a part of speech, it's a noun. What does it mean? A narrow, thin shape with a sharp point at one end. And the next word is upper respiratory tract. What does it mean? The upper part of the body that air passes through during the act of breathing, consisting of mouth, nose, throat. The next word is to kick in. It's also a verb. What does it mean? To start to have an effect. To fight back. To fight back, it's also a verb. And what does it mean? To defend yourself when something attacks you.
Okay, now we explained that when you catch the virus, you become ill. And as an infected person, you will see results of it. So what is actually happening inside our body? How virus operates in the cell? Because at the beginning we said that viruses are non-living organism unless it is attached to the cell. So let's see what is inside of the virus and how it operates with living cell. So virus has genetic information for reproduction inside it, and that genetic information which makes viruses to copy themselves more, to have more viruses, is covered with protein shell. That protein shell has protein spikes on it, which is actually making it possible to attach to a living organism. So virus, when it attaches a living organism, these spikes act as a key. Think about key and lock. Like as key opens the lock, this protein spikes makes virus to invade internal reproduction machinery of the cell. And by using internal machinery of a cell, virus starts to copy itself and to become more and more in the body. So actually what is happening? This protein spikes makes possible for virus to copy itself and for our body to be more ill. So let's see if we are ill, how we can feel it and how it will be obvious that if we are ill or not.
Okay. First of all, we should remember that whenever we feel this kind of symptoms, we should urgently contact with our health care. Now, health officials want parents to seek immediate care if a child has prolonged fever, and also if we have difficulty feeding or it's too sick to have a liquid, and also if we have abdominal pain and diarrhea and also vomiting, and what about having change in our skin? If our skin is pale, we also should urgently call to medical care. And what about trouble breathing? Yes, if we have trouble breathing or our breathing is really become so quick, we should urgently call our private doctor. And what about racing heart or chest pain? Yes, it's also one of the symptoms of this terrible disease. Now we are going to introduce you a dialogue between a doctor and a patient, because we want to introduce you some expressions that really so necessary while speaking about this pandemic virus, and what should we know there are some expressions that we should use in our speech, and we should know what's positive, what's negative, and in order to make it clear, we want to introduce you a dialogue between doctor and patient, and it will be between Mr. Elmir and me.
Hi, doctor.
Hi.
These days I have a temperature and I have a breathing difficulties.
Okay, have you tested on coronavirus or not?
Not yet, but actually I think I should test because I have breathing difficulties. Also, like I have a pain in my chest.
What about your temperature, sorry?
My temperature is approximately 39 to 40 degrees Celsius.
Okay, my advice to you is to go and have test on coronavirus first of all, and I want to warn you that if positive, so it means you have coronavirus. With other words, you have COVID-19, or if you don't have, it will be negative on your results. Okay, my dears, first of all, I want to introduce you expression in the written form. Now pay attention. He has COVID-19. We can use this word with other words. We can say coronavirus. And also pay attention to the article. We can use article there with coronavirus also as well. And now pay attention the difference between tested positive and have COVID-19. Both of them have the same meaning. And what about the she or he doesn't have COVID-19, or she or he doesn't have coronavirus? At the same time, we also should pay attention to the article, definite article. We can use it, and also pay attention to the meaning. Tested negative, it means she or he doesn't have this virus, or she or he has COVID-19, it means she tested positive. So please remember it, because it's really useful for today's life in this pandemic during your speech in English.
Ms. Kinel, I want to ask a question. What's the difference between stay home and stay at home?
Yes.
Can you explain us?
Yes, it's really so good question. I hope that all of our children really so interested in the difference between these two expressions, and it will be so good that Elmir teacher also asked this question. Yes, stay home, there are a little difference between stay at home and also stay home. What's the difference? Now pay attention to this rule. Now at, you know that it's a preposition, and we know that the word home doesn't demand a preposition, but there are still some occasions that we use preposition, like stay at home, from home, of home. But what's the difference between the combination stay at home and stay home? We should remember that stay home in this means stay home is used just as an adverb, and stay at home in this case home is used just as a noun. Stay at home is your willingness that you want to stay at home or to go outside. It depends upon your will, but stay home, it's your condition or the conditions that demands you to stay home. That's why we use stay home. But if it depends upon our will, so we say stay at home. Now we have finished our this topic about grammar and also vocabulary section, and I want you to learn the words vocabulary from the vocabulary section properly, and also try to remember the difference between stay at home and stay home. And I want to remind you again that stay at home, it means that you use your home as a noun, and stay home, it means that in this case you use this combination as an adverb. Okay, my dears, I want you to learn all the vocabulary words, and also please learn all the information that was given to you from Elmir teacher, because it was really so interesting and so efficient information for each of us. And please follow your hygiene, personal hygiene, because it's really essential for our health.
Stay home.
Stay healthy, take care. Bye bye.